Okay, so inviting everyone to register. So we'll be giving official Autodesk Certificate of Event Participation and Course Completion. Okay, let me add our instructor this evening. She is the youngest Autodesk Student Ambassador. Let me add Melj Aguilar.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. My name is Ethereal Melch Aguilar. I'm a CAD enthusiast and STEAM advocate, and this topic is about creating photorealistic renders with Fusion 360. And now, let's start. Hi everyone. Welcome to creating a photorealistic renders with Fusion 360. The first step in creating a photorealistic render is creating the scene. Let's begin by creating a table, enabling our origin, selecting L for line. Let's select this plane, creating a vertical line here, a horizontal line, hitting escape, hitting D on our keyboard for dimension, selecting this line. I want the width of this table to be 8 feet. Enter. Zooming out. Let's hit escape. Notice that this line is not horizontal. Let's select this line. Going to constraints and select horizontal vertical. Hitting D for dimension, selecting this line and this line. The height of this table is going to be 4.5 feet. Hitting enter. Selecting this line and this line. I want the thickness to be 2.5 inch. Enter. Same goes with this thickness. Hitting D, selecting this line and this line. Let's type in 2.5 inch. I want this line and this line to also have an equal value of our height of the table. So selecting this line and this line, and hover over to the left and select this dimension. Hitting enter. Selecting this line and this line, selecting this dimension, hitting enter, and hitting escape. I'm hitting S on my keyboard for shortcuts. I'm typing in point. Let's hover over into this line. Hitting escape. Let's now select this point and our origin. Go to our constraints and click coincident. As you can see, our sketch is now fully defined. Hitting escape on our keyboard, hovering over to my right, and finish sketch. Hitting E for extrude, direction to be symmetric, measurement to be whole length. Let's type in 40 inches. Enter. Now that we are done on our table, let's create another body, which is the camera. Let's hit R for rectangle, selecting this face. Let's drop down to the body and hide our table. Selecting on our origin and left click. Hitting escape, selecting D for dimension, selecting this line and this line. I want the width to be 320. Zooming out, selecting this horizontal line and this horizontal line. Let's key in 160. Hitting enter. Let's finish sketch. Hitting E for extrude. Hovering over to the right, selecting this house icon. Direction to be symmetric. Measurement to be whole length. And the millimeter to be 60. Hit enter. Let's create another sketch. Hitting C for circle. Selecting this face. Let's create a circle here. And another circle. Hitting escape. Selecting L. Creating a line here. And a line here. Hitting escape. Hit X. And S on the keyboard for shortcuts. Typing in point. Hovering over into this line to find the midpoint of this line. Zooming in. Left click. Hitting escape. Selecting this point and this point. And click coincident. Zooming out. Let's now add dimensions to our circle. Hitting D for dimension. Type in 125 and 100. Hitting escape. Hitting E for extrude. Selecting this profile. And let's key in 50. Hitting E once more. Let's key in 40 and enter. Let's create another sketch. Hitting C, selecting this face, zooming in, creating a circle here and another circle. Hitting escape. Hitting L for line. Escape. Creating another line here. Selecting this line and this line. Let's click coincident. Hitting X. Selecting D for dimension. Selecting this circle. Let's key in 35. Selecting this inner circle. Let's type 25. Selecting this center point and this line. The distance will be 40. Hitting escape, selecting this center point and this line, and coincident. Let's now hit escape. E for extrude. Let's zoom in. Let's select the sketch. Let's key in 3 millimeters, hitting E for extrude, selecting this face. Let's key in 7 millimeters. Okay. Let's hit F for fillet, selecting this edge, this edge, this edge, holding shift, this edge, key in 5, hitting enter, hitting F once more, selecting this edge and this edge, keying in 2.5 and enter. Now we are done with our camera. Let's proceed in creating our Christmas ornaments. Let's hide our camera and create a new body. Let's hit L for line, selecting this face. Let's create a line. The height will be 170. Hitting S on our keyboard, type in arc, select 3-point tangent arc, hitting D for dimension, the radius to be 85. Hitting escape, selecting finish sketch. Let's select revolve, selecting this axis, and hit OK. Let's now create our ornament caps. Head back to our sketch, right click and edit sketch. Let's create a line, hitting L, selecting this point, hitting escape, selecting this line, hit X, and finish sketch. Let's enable our sketch. Heading to construct, selecting plane at angle, hit OK, hitting C for circle, selecting this plane, zooming in. Let's create a circle, diameter to be 40. Selecting this center point and this origin, and coincident. Let's now hit E for extrude, selecting this circle, direction to be symmetric, measurement to be whole length. Let's key in 40, and operation to be new body. Hit OK. Let's disable our sketch. Let's create the tie of our Christmas ornament. Select this face, right click, and create sketch. Zooming in, selecting this line, hitting P for project, and select OK. Let's hit S on our keyboard, typing in point. Let's left click and left click, hit escape, hover over to create, and select fit point spline. Selecting this point, and double click, hitting escape. Let's finish sketch. Let's zoom in, hitting C for circle, selecting this face, zooming in. Let's key in 5 millimeters. Let's finish sketch. Let's zoom in. Head to create and let's select sweep. Let's select this profile and this for path. Operation to be new body and hit OK. We now have a tie on our Christmas ornament. Now, lastly, we're going to create our background wall. Let's hide this body. Hitting R for rectangle, selecting this face. Let's zoom out. Hitting escape. Hitting D for dimension. Select this line and this line. The height to be 10 feet. Selecting this line and this line. Zooming out. And the width to be 9 feet. Hitting enter. Hitting escape. Hitting L for line. Let's create a line at the center of our line. Escape. Hit X. And hitting S. Type in point. Let's create a point here. Hitting escape. Selecting this point and this origin. And select coincident. Hitting escape. Hitting E for extrude. Direction to be symmetric. Measurement to be whole length. And the distance to be 5 inch. Now that we now have our things completed for our scene, let's now arrange and stylize for rendering. Let's enable our bodies. Let's now move our object, selecting this body, hitting M for move, selecting this arrow, and drag. Hitting OK. Let's zoom in. Let's select this camera, which is body 2. Hitting M for move. Let's move our camera. And let's rotate it a bit. And hit OK. Let's hide our origin. Now I want our Christmas ornament to be more than one. So let's select this body, holding shift, selecting body 9. Let's duplicate. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Let's move our ornament, hitting OK. Let's do that once more. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Let's move. Selecting OK. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Hitting OK. And last one, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. And hit OK. And with that, let's go to Design, left click, and go to Render. Let's now add textures on our scene. Let's edit the appearance of the table first. Let's head over to our left on our setup. Select Appearance, or A in our keyboard. Let's head down. I want the material of this table to be wood, so let's scroll down. Selecting wood. As you can see, there are types of textures that we can choose and apply on our table. So let's pick bamboo light. As you can see, it is now applied. Let's head up. We can edit this texture. So right click and edit. You can slide up the scale. As you can see, you can edit the rotation. I want this to be horizontal, so let's do that. Let's key in 90. The roughness, we can adjust the roughness. And the reflectance. Let's select done. And over here in Canvas Render, when we play this, as you can see, it is now rendering. But we're not finished yet, so let's stop that. Let's now add texture on our wall. As you can see, let's head down. Let's go to wood. We have two types of wood. We have wood solid, finished, painted, and stained. I have downloaded this texture, so let's drag and drop. As you can see, it is now applied. You can also add decal. To do that, let's go to setup, selecting decal. And now I'm going to select insert from my computer. As you can see, I already downloaded a picture. So let's select this window with snow, open. Let's select this face. Let's go to our front view. As you can see, we can scale this up and move. Let's scale this up a bit. And okay. Let's zoom in and add texture to our camera, hitting A for appearance. And let's scroll down. I want the material of this camera to be paint. Let's choose glossy. As you can see, you can choose whatever color you want. I want red, so I'm going to drag and drop it here. Zoom in. As you can see, it added texture to the whole body. And I don't want that because I want this to be glass for lens in our camera. So let's head down. Go to glass. Let's pick smooth. I'm going to pick glass gray. Head up and apply to faces. Let's drag and drop it here. And I want the button to be another texture. Let's go to metal. I want this to be aluminum. Let's drag and drop. Let's undo. Let's drag and drop this. Let's select faces. And I want the button to be I want this to be steel. Let's head down, selecting steel satin, head up, apply to faces. Let's drag and drop and close. Let's zoom out. Now that we are done with our camera, table, and our background wall, let's now edit our Christmas ornaments. I want this ornament to have a decal. To do that, let's go to Setup, selecting Decal, insert from my computer, and select the image you have downloaded. I'm going to select this image. Selecting this face. Let's scale this up. Let's take a look if this is fully covered. And select OK. Before we continue, just a quick ad. Comment down hashtag Photorealistic Render on our YouTube channel, Autodesk Community Philippines, to get a chance to win at our raffle. So let's comment down below now. Continuing on our render, let's add appearance to this Christmas ornament, hitting A on our keyboard. I want this Christmas ornament to be Hi. Go to metal. I want this to be aluminum. Let's drag and drop. Let's undo. Let's drag and drop this. Let's select faces. And I want the button to be I want this to be steel. Let's head down, selecting steel satin, head up, apply to faces. Let's drag and drop and close. Let's zoom out. Now that we are done with our camera, table, and our background wall, let's now edit our Christmas ornaments. I want this ornament to have a decal. To do that, let's go to Setup, selecting Decal, insert from my computer, and select the image you have downloaded. I'm going to select this image. Selecting this face, let's scale this up. Let's take a look if this is fully covered. And select OK. Before we continue, just a quick ad. Comment down hashtag Photorealistic Render on our YouTube channel Autodesk Community Philippines to get a chance to win at our raffle. So let's comment down below now. Continuing on our render, let's add appearance to this Christmas ornament. Hitting A on our keyboard. I want this Christmas ornament to be color red also. So let's head to paint. I want this to be glossy. Let's drop down and select this face. Let's add a color to this Christmas ornament. Heading to paint, I want the color to be green. So let's drop down. And let's close. Let's add another decal in one of this Christmas ornament. So let's add another decal. I'm going to Alt Tab. Now I want to download this image. Let's save image as. Let's save. Head back to our Fusion. Let's add decal. Insert from my computer. Selecting this image. Open. Let's now select a face. So selecting this face. Let's scale up this. Let's rotate. And hit OK. Lastly, let's add another texture to our last Christmas ornament. Hitting A. I want the texture to be plastic. Let's select plastic. Let's select transparent. Let's pick this texture, drag and drop. And OK. Now I want to add another Christmas ornament, but at the same time, I don't want to make one from scratch. So I'm introducing to you GrabCAD. Let's add a tab, selecting this. GrabCAD is where you can download 3D designs for free. So let's head over to this and select Community. And go to Library. And I want to add a star. So let's type in star. Now I can choose what to download. I'm going to choose this. Download files. And save. Let's open our downloaded file. Let's extract this here in our images folder. Let's extract all. Extract. As you can see, we have here a step file and SLDPRT. Let's export this step file into Fusion 360. So heading to Fusion, go to this Show Data panel. Let's upload. Let's drag and drop this file. And upload. Close. As you can see, it is now loading. And it's still loading. So let's right click and insert into current design. Now we wait. As you can see, it is now here in our current design. Let's add this to front. Let's exit and selecting OK. As you can see, our star is kind of small, so I want to scale this up. Let's head to design. As you can see, it is linked into the original project. I'm going to break link. It breaks the link between the selected external component and the assembly. With that in mind, we can now scale this up, hitting S, typing in ST, selecting scale. Let's select this entity and the scale factor to be 4 and OK. Hitting M for move, selecting this object. Let's put this up. Hitting OK. Zooming in once more. Hitting M. Selecting this point. Let's bring this star over here. And OK. Let's now head back to render. Hitting A for appearance. Now I want this star to glow. To do that, let's head down. Let's close our open folder. Let's go to miscellaneous, select emissive, and as you can see, we have LED type bulb. Let's select this, drag and drop, and close. As you can see, when we render this scene, it is glowing. So let's stop the render and edit this a bit. Okay, let's hit A once more. Let's right click and edit and scale down the luminance to 3000 and done. Let's see. To me, this is okay. Now I'm going to stop and close Appearance tab. Let's zoom out, selecting this house icon, zooming in. Now I want to edit the scene settings, so selecting scene settings. As you can see, we can edit the brightness of our scene settings. So let's slide this. It is getting bright, so let's just put this into here. Background to be environment, and camera perspective to be perspective. Focal length to be 90. Let's head to environmental library. The scene settings control the lighting, background color, ground effects, and camera in your render. The environment library tab lists lighting styles available. As you can see, we have here cool light, crossroads, dry like bed, grid light, soft light, warm light. Let's try snowfield. Let's download the environment. Let's try soft light for now. As you can see, the lighting has changed. Let's now try snowfield. This is what it looks like. And let's try cool light. And lastly, skylight. Let's download the environment. Let's drag and drop. Now I want the environment to be grid light. Let's go back to our settings. Let's adjust the brightness. Hit close. Now I want the scene to have a night Christmas feel. So I'm going to add lighting somewhere over here. Let's head back to design. Let's hit L for line. Let's sketch at this plane. Selecting on our origin. And the height to be 650. Hitting S, typing in AR, selecting 3-point tangent arc, selecting this point and this point, hitting escape, D for dimension, the radius to be 340, or let's change that to 350, hitting escape. Let's now finish sketch. Let's do revolve, selecting this profile and this axis. operation to be new body and hit OK. Head back to render, selecting this body, hitting M, zooming out. Let's put this somewhere here. OK. Hit A for appearance. And let's choose A-type bulb. Drag and drop. Zooming out. Let's see on our in-canvas render. Okay, I like that. So let's add some finishing touches on our scene. Let's stop. Let's rotate some of these Christmas ornaments. So hitting M, zooming in. Let's rotate this. Move this. Hitting OK. Hitting M. Let's rotate this. Hitting M. Let's adjust this. Rotate. Hitting OK. Oops. Let's adjust this. Okay. Let's move this over here. Hitting M for move. Let's move this forward. And rotate this a bit. Move this up. And OK. Let's move our star. Hitting M. move this in front. And okay. Now I want to add a Christmas card over here. So let's head back to design, hitting R for rectangle. Let's capture position, selecting this face, hitting escape, selecting D, hitting D for dimension, selecting this line and this line. Let's key in 220. Selecting this horizontal line and this horizontal line. Let's key in 300. Hitting escape. Let's hide some of our bodies. Selecting this endpoint and our origin. Let's make this coincident. Hitting E for extrude. Going to home view. Zooming in. Direction to be symmetric. Measurement to be whole length. Let's key in 5 millimeters. Okay. Let's now unhide some of our body. Hitting M for move. Let's move our card and rotate. And okay. Let's head back to render. Hitting A for appearance. Let's select paper white, drag and drop. Close. Now I want to add a decal. So going to setup, decal, insert from my computer. Let's go to images. Selecting this image. Select this face. Let's go to our top view. Rotate. Scale this up. Right click, edit decal. Scale this up. And okay. Now let's check on our in-canvas render. I think the luminance of the star is too bright, so let's stop. Scroll down, hit A, and edit. Let's key in for the luminance, 1000. Done. Let's play. Let's stop our render. And now let's set a customized view for our product shot. Let's find a nice view. But before that, comment down below hashtag Photorealistic Renters on Autodesk Community YouTube channel to get a chance to win on our raffle. Okay, let's now position our camera for our product shot. Zooming in, hitting Control for pan, Let's rotate this. Now I want to save this view. In order to do that, let's head to Name Views. Right-click and select New Name View. Double-click and let's rename this Shot 1. Hitting Enter. Now I want another shot. Let's zoom out and pan. Rotate this a bit. And now I also want to save this view. Heading to Name Views, New Name View, double-click, and I'm going to name this Shot 2. Now I want to take a view on top. Let's pan. I also want to save this view. So right-click, New Name View, double-click, and let's rename this view. Hitting Enter. Let's position our camera once more. Let's pan. Let's save this view. Double-click. I will be naming this Shot 4. Okay, let's now render our scene. Let's head back to Shot 1, selecting Shot 1, and going to In Canvas Render, and play. While we are waiting, comment down #Photorealistic Render on Autodesk Community Philippines YouTube channel to get a chance to win at our raffle. As you can see, the render is getting clearer and clearer. And if you're satisfied on the render, to save this image, let's head to In Canvas Render and capture image. Current window size, select OK, and we can name. We can also save this as PNG, JPEG, and TIFF. For me, I'm going to save this as JPEG. And let's select the folder, save. And now, we have here on our images is the rendered image. But this is not fully rendered yet. It takes time. But moving forward, let's take another shot 2 and stop our render. Selecting shot 2 and play the in canvas render. For example, I accidentally move this render. Of course, it will have to render again. To lock this view, select this in canvas render settings. Over here, check lock view. Select OK. Let's go to shot 2. And now it's rendering once more. Okay, so let's save this image. Selecting OK. Let's name is V5 and save. Let's head over and click shot 3. Let's stop this render. Click shot 3 and render it again. Rendering takes a lot of time. As you can see, it's not really crunchy yet. And it will take about 30 minutes, 1 hour for this to go to excellent. But for now, let's save this image. Selecting OK. And save. Let's stop our render and go to shot 4. Going to in canvas render settings. As you can see, it's still in lock view. Selecting OK. And let's render. If you have any questions, comment down below. Okay, let's now save this image. Save. And let's take a look. Let's stop this render. And let's take a look at our product shots. We have here our first shot. And there you have it. Photorealistic renders with Fusion 360. If you have questions once more, please comment down below. And also comment photorealistic renders at Autodesk Community Philippines YouTube channel to get a chance to win on our raffle. And that's all.